Good evening, everybody. It's Zechariah from Running for Heroes. Tonight we are doing another one of our 21-lap salutes in honor of our COVID-19 first responders who have lost their life in line of duty. Tonight we are running for all officers, firefighters, correctional officers who have lost their life in line of duty in COVID-19 from COVID-19 and were added in the month of January to the Officer Down Memorial page and the USFA or the US Fire Administration page. Tonight we're running for 52 fallen first responders, 42 officers, 6 correctional officers, and 4 firefighters. Blue, so let me show you this real quick. So in here, if you are a family member of a first responder that we're running for tonight, the blue ribbons are blue line flags for our officers. The gray line, or the gray cotton, is for our correctional officers, which is in the gray line, and then the red is for the firefighters, which is on the red line. So if you have a first responder that we're running for tonight, one of these is yours. I'm now going to hand this over to the lead patrol car, which is Orlando Police Department, and they will be putting it in the passenger side for the 21 laps. So we're going to be doing 21 laps tonight around this track loop, equivalent to 3 miles. We're also going to be joined by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection and the Seminole County Sheriff's Office also joining us today. I'll be running with the red and blue line combo flag for all of our first responders here tonight. Before the run starts, I'm going to a quick prayer in honor of every family's whole family and department through Hearts of America going through, and then I'll be on my way.
This evening, Zechariah taken to the track to do 21 laps, 3 miles, in honor of the 52 first responders who have lost their life as a result of COVID-19 and were added to the U.S. Fire Administration or the Officer Down Memorial page in the month of January. As Zechariah mentioned, 42 law enforcement officers being honored tonight, 6 correctional officers being honored tonight, 4 firefighters being honored tonight. As Zechariah begins the second lap, I will begin the roll call for all of these heroes who gave the ultimate sacrifice, tragically losing their life as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of all of these heroes being honored tonight. Lieutenant David Eason, Georgia Department of Corrections in Georgia. Length of service, 29 years. End of watch, January the 30th, 2021. Deputy Michael Riley Webb, Osceola County Sheriff's Office in Florida. Length of service, 2 years. Was a National Guard veteran. End of watch, August the 25th, 2021. Town Marshal Anthony Wayne Hineshaw, Lozentville Marshal's Office, Indiana. Length of service, 9 years. Was a U.S. Army veteran. End of watch, November the 25th, 2021. Sergeant Jose R. Rivera, Suffolk Police Department in Virginia. Length of service, 14 years. Was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. End of watch, May the 31st, 2021. Officer Daniel J. Dowley, Beloit Police Department in Wisconsin. Length of service, 24 years. End of watch, November the 15th, 2021. Captain Julian Skill Greaves Wilson, Jr., Fayette County Fire Department, Tennessee. Length of service, 36 years. Was a U.S. Army veteran, last alarm, January 23rd, 2022. Paramedic and firefighter Robert, also known as Bobby Anthony Jones. Recent Community Volunteer Fire Company in Maryland. Length of service was undetermined. Last alarm, January 20th, 2022. Corporal Ernest M. Robinson, Wayne County Sheriff's Office in Michigan. Length of service, 27 years. End of watch, January the 8th, 2022. Deportation Officer William Hayes, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, length of service 24 years. End of watch, January 3rd, 2022. Investigator Stephen Ray Finley, Madison County Sheriff's Office in Alabama, length of service 29 years. Was a U.S. Army veteran. End of watch, January the 14th, 2022. Chief of Police Don Riff, Jefferson College Police Department, Missouri, length of service 37 years, 6 months. U.S. Army veteran, Criminal Investigations Division, end of watch, January the 20th, 2022. Correctional Officer Richard W. Newkirk, Iowa Department of Corrections in Iowa, length of service 14 years. Was an Iowa National Guard veteran, end of watch, November 3rd, 2021. Corrections Officer Melissa M. France, Oswego County Sheriff's Office, New York. Length of service, 10 years. Was a U.S. Navy veteran. End of watch, January 17th, 2022. Officer Jesus Chuy Laura, Casa Grande Police Department in Arizona. Length of service, 8 years. End of watch, January the 4th, 2022. Deputy Jamie Williams, Itasca County Sheriff's Office in Minnesota. Length of service, 13 years. End of watch, December the 27th, 2021. Officer Wayne, also known as Butch Noel Jr., Meridian Police Department in Texas. Length of service, 24 years, 2 months. End of watch, December the 29th, 2021. Detention Sergeant Janelle L. Visser, Miller County Sheriff's Office, Missouri. Length of service, 14 years. End of watch, January the 9th, 2022. Chief of Police Michael E. German, Prairie City Police Department in Iowa. Length of service, 28 years. End of watch, January the 13th, 2022. Captain Brian Lange, Uppsala Fire Department in Minnesota. Length of service, 6 years. Last alarm, December the 11th, 2021. Correctional Officer 2, Kimberly Barnes, Georgia Department of Corrections in Georgia. Length of service, 10 years. End of watch, September the 13th, 2021. Georgia Department of Corrections in Georgia. Length of service, 18 years. End of watch, September the 9th, 2021. Correctional Lieutenant Michael McKinney, Georgia Department of Corrections in Georgia. Length of service, 21 years. End of watch, September the 10th, 2021. Sergeant Clayton Sanders, Georgia Department of Corrections in Georgia. Length of service, 23 years. End of watch, August the 7th, 2021. Transfer Officer Terry Lorenzo Primus Sr., Georgia Department of Corrections in Georgia. Length of service, 22 years. End of watch, December the 16th, 2021. Officer Gregory M. Santangelo, Frederick Police Department of Maryland. Length of service, 21 years. Was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. End of watch, December the 28th, 2021. Officer Bart Lane Arnold, Enid Police Department in Oklahoma. Length of service, 21 years, 2 months. Was a U.S. Air Force veteran. End of watch, January the 3rd, 2022. Corporal John Joseph Wojciechowski, Wayne County Sheriff's Office of Michigan. Length of service, 25 years. End of watch, December the 21st, 2021. Deputy Michael Queenie, Will County Sheriff's Office in Illinois. Length of service, 20 years. End of watch, January the 8th, 2022. Officer Richard Lynn Tustison, Noonan Police Department, Georgia. Length of service, 18 years. End of watch, January the 6th, 2022. Detention Officer Gary Lynn Bean, Conway County Sheriff's Office in Arkansas. Length of service, 5 years. End of watch, December 30th, 2021. Captain Reginald Kamal Smith, Wilson Police Department in North Carolina. Length of service, 23 years. End of watch, January the 7th, 2022. Reserve Deputy James R. Herzl, Jackson County Sheriff's Office in Indiana. Length of service, 32 years. Was a U.S. Air Force veteran. End of watch, October the 12th, 2021. Firefighter Anthony Michael Carfagno, Atlantic City Police Fire Department, New Jersey. Length of service, 23 years. Last alarm, December 21st, 2021. Patrolman Joseph Anthony Cisneros Jr., San Antonio Police Department in Texas. Length of service, unannounced, unprovided. End of watch, February the 1st, 2021. Sergeant Stacy Annette Murrow, Lynn County Sheriff's Office, Kansas. Length of service, 22 years. End of watch, December the 27th, 2021. Officer Scott Harn, Dallas Police Department, Texas. Length of service, 32 years, 10 months. End of watch, November the 2nd, 2021. Officer Christopher Gibson, Dallas Police Department, Texas. Length of service, 24 years, 11 months. End of watch, January 2nd, 2022. Detention Officer Joseph Francis Quillen Jr., Collin County Sheriff's Office, Texas. Length of service, 19 years. Was a U.S. Navy veteran. End of watch, December the 1st, 2020. Detective Hector M. Munoz, Nassau County Police Department in New York. Length of service, 16 years. End of watch, December the 8th, 2021. Sergeant Wayne Stephen Whaler, Mesa County Sheriff's Office in Colorado. Length of service, 41 years. End of watch, December the 10th, 2021. Sergeant James DeMint, Friendswood Police Department, Texas. Length of service, 22 years. End of watch, December the 27th, 2021. Deputy Brian Venata, Curry County Sheriff's Office, New Mexico. Length of service, 12 years. End of watch, January 3rd, 2022. Patrolman Sean E. Vandenberg, Lawrence Township Police Department in Ohio. Length of service, 8 years. End of watch, December the 25th, 2021. Officer Carrie Dick, Rossville Police Department in Kansas. Length of service, 26 years. End of watch, November the 29th, 2021. Deputy Bernard Roberts, Columbia County Sheriff's Office, New York. Length of service, 18 years. End of watch, November the 7th, 2021. Corporal Juvencio Garcia Jr., Rio Grande City Consolidated Independent School District Police Department in Texas. Length of service, 20 years. End of watch, January the 15th, 2021. Sergeant Jeffrey Turney, Pontotoc Police Department, Mississippi. Length of service, 18 years. End of watch, December the 27th, 2021. Corrections Officer Sterling David Heinball Jr., Franklin County Jail in Pennsylvania. Length of service, 21 years, 6 months. End of watch, December the 28th, 2021. Criminal Investigator 2 Nicholas Anderson Bootwell, Georgia Department of Corrections, Georgia. Length of service, 9 years. End of watch, August the 20th, 2021. Sergeant Michael Shannon McDonald, Winston-Salem Police Department in North Carolina. Length of service, 25 years. End of watch, October the 22nd, 2021. Corporal Mike Sanchez, Amarillo Police Department in Texas. Length of service, 16 years. End of watch, December the 27th, 2021. Sergeant Christopher Mortensen, Wilkes-Barre Police Department, Pennsylvania. Length of service, 20 years. End of watch, December the 27th, 2021. 42 heroes, 52 heroes, who gave their lives, 42 of which law enforcement, 4 fire, 6 correctional. 52 heroes that we will never forget. May they rest in peace, and we thank them for their service. Zechariah, any final words to the families of the 52 heroes that you honor tonight, lost as a result of COVID-19 and added to the ODMP and the USFA in the month of January?
So tonight we ran for a total of 52 first responders. A very big number. 42 police officers, 6 correctional officers, and 4 firefighters. I guess one good thing we can say about this month, though, is that no border patrol were lost. So we don't have to mention their names today. But for everybody else, it was a very bad month. 52 first responders lost their life in the line of duty. And because of COVID-19, it seems to stay that way. It's been in the 50s, 60s, 40s for the past 5-6 months, sadly, ever since Omicron came. Our prayers are going to stay with all 52 families. And I emphasize this every single time. Lots of people may think we're losing so much because officers and firefighters aren't taking the proper precautions. But you have to realize at the end of the day, officers and firefighters have to be ready to go in many situations. For officers, they have to be ready to make sure to chase after somebody or be in a big involvement in any moment. And for firefighters, it's in their title. They have to run into burning buildings, burning houses, and stop fires in intense heat. And you can't wear a mask in situations like that because that can absolutely not only burn you down, but it can even make you pass out. So I want to thank all of our first responders who are continuing to serve on the front line throughout these hard months. And I say this every single time. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I know one day COVID-19 is going to be stopped and all of our officers and firefighters can stay safe from the viruses around. If you are part of the family and you're wondering, this flag will not be sent to you. The actual flag is one of these 52 flags held in the lead patrol car today, which is on the police department. Let me open it real quick. If you have a correctional officer we ran for tonight, one of these gray line flags and the white ribbon is yours. Police officer's family, one of these blue line flags is in the blue ribbon. And if you're a firefighter's family, one of these 4 red line flags is for you. We hope this flag and everybody else who are helping you through this difficult time can let you know that we'll be with you through this difficult loss, and if you need anything else, feel free to contact us. If all of you tonight join us in 2 things. First of all, a 52-second moment of silence. Each second dedicating one first responder we ran for tonight. Following that will also be a prayer. So if all of you please now bow our heads in this 52-second moment of silence to help the family department heal. Following the prayer, please join us right now. Dear God, tonight we came out here for 52 fallen first responders in honor of our COVID-19 3-mile run salute. All of these first responders were added to the officer memorial page in the USFA administration in the month of January 2022. All losing their life from the COVID-19 virus, which has affected so much communities and families, including the law enforcement and firefighting families across the United States. God, as we continue to fight through these viruses, watch over our first responders as they continue to have one of the hardest jobs out there, keeping our communities safe and keeping themselves safe at the same time. God, I hope that even though we're almost done with February and we already know what number we're at right now, that in the future it can go less than 50 and it can even go back down to single digits, even if 0, if possible. I know we're going to get through this together. It's a slow process, but God, with the help of our first responders, we can continue to stay safe as well. Thank you again, God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Thank you for joining us in this 3-mile run. We hope that we don't have to do more of these in the future. However, we will be back next month, in the month of March, to honor our February first responders. We hope you all have a great and safe night. And I do want to thank, since it was a big run that I have to do every single time I do this, I want to thank the Orlando Police Department for coming out long and far, as well as the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And I also want to thank our home county of Seminole County Sheriff's Office for coming out as well. We hope you all have a great and safe night, especially if you're a first responder working tonight, and I pray God blesses you all.